Hey, this is Chris with a K, and welcome to the best sports highlights. Right now, on my lunch break, I'm in my car. I'm not home in my infamous pajama hoodie I'm always wearing. I'm actually outside, but inside because I'm outside, but I'm inside my car. But anyways, point is, if this is your first time to my channel, please make sure you hit the subscribe button. It's located at the bottom right hand corner. It's a red button that says subscribe, and after you hit that, make sure you don't forget to hit the bell notification, as well as don't forget to like this video and leave a comment. I would appreciate it so much. I'm gonna take a quick water sip because I'm thirsty right now. All right, so basically we're gonna be talking about the game that ensued last night. It was the Miami Heat versus the Phoenix Suns. The Phoenix Suns was hosting the Miami Heat. It's a great matchup because these are two teams in opposite conferences, but these teams are teams that probably weren't in the probably top five, top six, or maybe seven teams in their respective conferences. I have some in my face. I have some in my face. Oh, looked like it was. But anyways, yeah, so the Miami Heat has showed real promise this year. They came out of nowhere. Like, I thought they were going to be an alright team, but they turned out being a really good team because the pieces that came together were great. I mean, the only notable All Star they have on the team is Jimmy Butler. So he's like, oh my gosh, Miami Heat only has Jimmy Butler, because we're in a league where if you don't have at least two All Stars, two notable All Stars on your team, you're probably not in a conversation for even probably making the playoffs or getting out the first round. So you're a team that's just going to be there to fill the other teams we were really watching NBA for. But Miami is very impressive. They have a pretty deep squad. Like, probably in their roster, they probably have 10 legit people that, like, their roster starting and their bench, the starting 4 or 5 for people that come off the bench. The 4 or 5 people can start on a legitimate team in the NBA. Like, so they have a squad, meaning anytime someone gets subbed out, they're still a threat on the floor offensively. And then, as we know, Miami has always been a defensive team over the years. I'm not going to deny it. That's my opinion. Disagree? Let me know in the comments. But anyways, a cool thing I learned about the Phoenix Suns is that, they're coming up. They're doing great things. They're actually, handing some teams, some good teams in the NBA this year, some L's. Devin Booker is emerging more. I didn't realize they had Ricky Rubio, who's a great passer. I like Baines. They have Oubre. So they have a decent team. And Sargent, I like him. So they have a decent team as well. You can't deny that as well. So the things I'm thinking about right now when we came to the game last night is that when the game started off, the Miami Heat took the lead, and they were up, and then the Phoenix Suns were fighting their way back. They're always fighting their way back. But once they fought their way back, the Heat seemingly somehow just knew how to pull away. And cool thing about it, Butler, Jimmy Buckets or Butler, he was having an amazing game. He didn't really fill up the stat sheet like he did in another previous game, meaning like putting up a lot of rebounds, a lot of assists, a lot of steals. I don't even think he had a steal, but he filled up the point sheet. This man dropped 34. His shooting percentage was amazing. The reason why, because one thing I appreciate about Jimmy Butler, or Kawhi Leonard, Lou Williams, is that these people, they pay a lot of attention to the mid-range game. The mid-range game is amazing. Most players don't work on that. And Jimmy Butler was going to work in the paint because Miami, they're starting five. They have usually legit big man starting in the 5 position. Everybody else is at biggest a small forward. Hence Jimmy Butler. So literally, it was like he was playing power forward there, and he was scoring inside the paint and whatnot, and having his way, having his will. And then the Phoenix Suns start pulling back into the game. Like, oh my gosh, they might lose. The Heat might lose again. No. Then out of nowhere in the second half, Mr. the Dragon himself, Goran Dragic, actually came out of nowhere, and he started lighting up the Suns. I think in part is because of the fact that we can't forget that this man, before he was on the Heat, that's what team he played with, the Phoenix Suns. So it's always a thing, like when you go back play against your former team, the competitiveness in the player is usually at all time high because like, yo, I'm no longer on the team. I want to show them what they're missing out on. Even though you know that there's probably not a chance he's gonna go back to the team. It's kind of like when you break up with your girlfriend or boyfriend and stuff, and you see them. You want them to always show them that like after they left you, dumped you, whatever, or you left or dumped them. You always want to prove to them and show them that okay, you're doing better in life. It's just been just fine or better without them, right? So Goran shows up and he starts shooting. And then the Phoenix Suns is still chipping back, coming a long way. But then they have other people picking up the slack. I love Tyler Hero. And then you got Bio I think he leads the league in assists for a big man. Second to Jokic, the man with the arms that scares the bejeebies out of me. His arms are scary, right? It's not scary in the like, oh my gosh, I wish I had his arm, but scary and like his arms just look weird to me. That's it. That's my opinion about him. But anyways, so you got a Bio, you got all these cool guys. You got James Johnson. Yeah, James Johnson coming off the bench scoring points. Hero come off the bench scoring points. Nunn scoring points. He did most of his scoring in the first half. You got Olenek who can spread the floor and shoot 3-pointers. What? So like the Heat, they always have people on the floor that can spread the floor. You have Goran that can drive. You have Nunn that can drive. You have Butler obviously can make his way to the paint. This team is pretty formidable. Right now they're sitting, I think, second in the East. Second or third worst case scenario in the East. Obviously behind like the Sixers and whatnot. But this team, they're looking like a top 4, 5 at worst seed in the Eastern Conference for the playoffs. I want them ultimately to get seed like get the 4th or 5th seed. The reason why, because if they make the playoffs, they get to play the vice versa team. So if they make it to the playoffs, they don't. If they're the 4th seed, they play the 5th seed. If they're the 5th seed, they play the 4th seed. So I'd rather have them at their odds. Or, well, actually, I want them to be in the top 3 because they play the top. If they're the 3rd seed, they're going to play the 6th best team in the East, according to the stat line. If they're 2nd, they play the 7th. They're 1st. They're 8th. We'll see. I think at best they can make 2. So actually, you know what? I take that back. I hope they make 1 through 4, But I want you guys to comment below. What are your predictions on the Heat's playoff tree spot number? Do you think they're going to make the playoffs? I think so, yes. And if you do, what spot will they have on the tree? I think the spot they'll have is anywhere between 2 and 4. Those 3 spots. But yeah, they pulled away and they came away with the win. I'm happy for them. Can't wait to see furthermore what they do. I think Jimmy played so well because of the fact they lost their last game. The last game they just lost because they just wasn't on offensively. The offense lacked last night. Like everybody was off. So you don't have an issue with like getting shots or stuff like that. It's a nice year off, right? But this game, man, they came back with a vengeance or fury. So I think they will do something this year. They'll be a formidable opponent in the East, as well as an unforgotten, like we shouldn't have slept on them team. That's just my thought about the Miami Heat. On the other hand, the Phoenix Suns, I don't know where they're going to line up because the West is way more formidable than the East. You still have to worry about the top 2 teams, which is the Clippers and the Lakers in the West. Maybe the Nuggets. Let's see how far they go. So you got the Nuggets and the Trailblazers. I don't know if they're going to really be a threat because, I really don't think they are. You got beaten by the Warriors. When you get beaten by the Warriors, you're really not a threat. The Warriors at the state. Let's see who else. Can't think of any other team that will really be a threat to. Obviously you have the Spurs. The Spurs are low-key playing great basketball. The Mavericks, we'll see about them. Houston, they're losing right now. They're not playing up to the level of expectation I thought they would be. But they're a threat because then again, it's the beginning of the season stuff. Usually, teams usually reveal their true character or the pace and stuff like that in the later part of the season. So I can't make any predictions about that. It's like maybe at the All-Star break. and see how that goes. But other than that, like, they have a lot of work to do because I think the West is going to be very close this year, unlike the East. Still both good conferences. But yeah, anyways, let me know your comments, your thoughts below in regards to the Heat. Answer that question. Will they make the playoffs, and what seed will they get? What number on this playoff tree will they be? And then also, that's really it. But if this is your first time to my channel, thank you for tuning in. Please make sure you subscribe to my channel, hit the bell notification so you never miss out on the content I drop here. Leave me a like. It would mean so much to me. But yes, Chris with a K, my lunch break. You enjoy the rest of your day. I might see you later on tonight, guys. But if not, enjoy the rest of your day and tune in to the next time I drop a video. Alright, that's it. I'm out. Peace.